All right, everyone, welcome back. And here we have Sten to give his run of 96 Exit Super Mario World with commentary by Dact. Take it away, Sten.
Hello, I'm Sten. This is Super Mario World, and I'm going to be running 96 Exit. I know that's just already been said.
Just got to clarify that. No, that's all good. Yeah, I'm Dact as well. I'll be doing some commentary, hopefully, as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If we let you talk.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, this is basically the all levels run of Super Mario World, so it should be a good one. I haven't sat through a run of this in a little while, so I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, so I guess if we're going with proper timing, it starts when Mario appears in the intro cutscene, which is like...
Yeah, just count 3, 2, 1, but press A on 2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning to do.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, Mario.
Let's go.
Indeed. Alright, so... Yeah, as I said, this is basically all levels, or all exits. The reason it's not just called all levels is because there's a bunch of levels that have 2 ways of beating them, and if that is the case, we will do both. Start of the run is pretty straightforward. It's just kind of platforming. There's not really many power-ups, and there's no capes in the first world, so you just kind of go through like normal, avoiding the midway because we want to be small in the first castle for a particular jump. And is he gonna go?
Ah, I missed the 361.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a neat little thing there where, so basically when you're holding forward, essentially when Mario's running or jumping while you're forward, his speed is oscillating between a bunch of different values. But if you let go of forwards, the speed locks at whatever it is when you let go of forward, and so you can kind of see it there where sometimes you'll make that jump and you let go of forward right as you jump, and sometimes you'll get a 361 on the timer. Most of the time you get 360 though.
Yeah, it's like you're saving like 2 frames to get over the edge of a game second.
Yeah, but it's free and it's swag, so you
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to go for it.
Yeah, that like locking speed becomes much more important when you get cape, because when you're flying, you're not holding forward, and so Mario's speed is locked, and so you can kind of manipulate the speed by pressing forward and try and get yourself a good speed. We'll explain that a bit more when he starts flying, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sten is well practiced. He's been doing daily runs for like, how many days now? Like 90?
Today is day 85.
Yeah, 3 months basically.
Almost. It sort of happened by accident, and then I didn't want to break the streak, so here I am.
Sten is now daily streamer.
Oh, I don't stream them all.
Oh, okay, I see.
That'd be way too much work.
He went for a shell jump to get over the water there. That saves almost no time, but it's cool to get. But if you fall in the water, like, water kind of maintains your speed. So if you fall in the water and then jump out, you get full speed again very quickly. And it was that very first jump in the castle there to get under the Koopa on the cage. That's why you want to be small.
Oh, doors.
A final boss.
Yeah, so doors in this game, if you are running at them full speed, you have 3 frames to hit them. And this game runs at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of tricky.
Yeah, they're not, like, doors are not trivial.
Yeah, you see very good players missing doors reasonably regularly.
So, getting fire here specifically, like, fire doesn't save any time on the Iggy fight, it actually winds up about the same as not getting fire. Like, I think you can kill him a little faster with fire, but then you have the power-up transition to get the fire. But then this fire flower will be useful for killing Morton later on. And potentially a glitch in Cookie Mountain.
Yeah, there's 3 of the bosses that you want to have fire for. One of them is particularly important, the other 2 are just kind of small time saves. But yeah, power-up routing is reasonably specific, but like if you miss it, if you like get hit at some point, it's usually not that bad to back it up.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of backups, and like if worse comes to worse, you can go back and re-enter a level if you like really want to cape for something.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, so this is the cape. If you've played this game or you've seen speedruns of it before, you'll probably know that this power up is very, very powerful. I guess very broken. You can do this. You can just kind of fly over stuff. There's going to be quite a few levels that look like this. It's a bit more in depth for the runner. Like for the viewer, it looks really boring to just fly over the levels. But you do have the flight speed manipulation that I kind of mentioned before. Tap forward to try and get to like oscillate your flight speed, and you can recognize the speed based on like the background objects and stuff like that. Some runners are better at doing that than others. Sten is very good at that. I'm not. You go into this pipe to grab a shell because you swim way faster when you're holding an item. It's only a small time save to do this because it's a pretty big detour to go into the pipe, but it is worthwhile. And then switch it for the P-switch so that you can spin through everything without losing the item, because the shell can just like break or you just lose it after a while.
Yeah, it's a lot safer to swim with a P-switch because there's no risk of it bonking on an enemy.
Let me know when you guys have a sec, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, we got a $10.95 donation from Alicat. Alicat's going to be running Untitled Goose Game later, and they said, "Awesome work, Duck, on that Octo expansion run. Here's a little something to add to the hairpin reward you get for beating the final boss. Put this donation towards Fantasy Zone," and that's referring to the Fantasy Zone game incentive that we have going on, which is currently at $32.26 out of 250. So that's got plenty of time to go and plenty of dollars to go. So get your donations in if you want to see Fantasy Zone. Thanks.
Thank you. So yeah, we extended top secret area. Well, it didn't do top secret area. It did the secret exit in the ghost house, which leads to top secret area. We don't have to go to top secret area. It doesn't have an exit, but in some cases it can be useful if you need a backup power up.
Yeah, I hope to never go there in runs,
yeah,
but it happens occasionally.
If you go there, it's because you've done something very wrong.
Yeah.
And then yeah, first level where we need to beat it twice, the water level, because it has 2 exits. Some cool flying through boo rings here. I guess it's the first time you see cape cancelling. If you are in the flying animation where Mario has the cape like out behind him, and you hit you fly into something that would hurt you, you don't actually take damage. It just cancels the flying animation and puts you in a spin fly, and you just kind of float down. And that can be used to just kind of go through things sometimes.
Yeah, it's just one of the many ways in which the cape is super powerful.
Yeah. You can get through those boo rings without doing that. Like, you can jump between the boos. If you're small, it's not too difficult. But definitely being able to cape cancel through is very safe.
It just makes it trivial.
Yeah. Also, the boo ring positioning is consistent if you don't make mistakes. The boo ring, all of the boo rings in the game, in fact, are just one object, and the object saves its position when it deloads. So, based on how he did the first time through this level, he knows where the boo rings are going to be the second time through, assuming he didn't make any mistakes or go really slow.
Yeah, and thankfully there were really no mistakes in that ghost house. That went pretty well.
Very solid. And then we'll see the boo ring in a couple more levels later in the run, and the position will still be saved. It's not really relevant for this category, but it's just something to bear in mind.
Yeah, the only other boo rings are in Vanilla Ghost House and Sunken Ghost Ship, and neither of them have a huge bearing on time.
Yeah, the one in the ghost house you just fly over, and the one in Sunken Ghost Ship you can damage boost through, I guess. or not damage boost, but like you're on Yoshi and you just
Yeah.
re-grab him if you get hit.
Yeah, this game just really wants various ways to give you iframes.
Yeah.
Fly
Which
into
is nice,
something,
'cause it lets us
iframes, run into
maintain
something with Yoshi.
power-ups.
Yeah. It's really useful.
So I hear there's a way of getting sneaky exits that aren't supposed to happen. Is this category all intended exits?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. So
There's
it's
there's glitched exits.
yeah.
we can
There's
talk about that.
there are glitched exits. So like there's 96 intended exits, but then you can get like I think it's 108 technically. I think 106 or something like that have been done by actual humans. But like, despite the fact that we're getting all intended exits, we may not be getting all of them in the, in the original intended fashion.
Yeah, that's true. We'll be like unlocking all of the overworld parts, but some of the exits will kind of do weird stuff to get them.
Yeah, like there are some goal tapes that we are never gonna hit.
Yeah, so we grab Yoshi here. Yoshi actually slows you down compared to just normal cape flying. So you don't get Yoshi unless you need him. But we do need him because we need him for some glitches in not this level and not the castle, but like after in the next world.
Can't even take Yoshi into the castle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, in fact, in this category, I think we only get Yoshi to do glitches, pretty much. Or, I mean, I guess there's the intended wings in Pop 2 as well.
And Cheesebridge area.
Yeah, so either to get Yoshi wings or to do glitches.
Sometimes
that pipe
both.
there lets you... Yeah, exactly. That pipe there lets you skip second room.
And for some reason, you can just exit out of the entry pipe in the bonus game. There's a few bonus games like that where it's just faster to go in, go out, and you end up further in the level.
I've actually never done a bonus game before. I've only ever just gone straight out. And yeah, we switched to fire here because we want to kill the boss with fire flowers. Morton and the other similar bosses, they dies to either 3 stomps or is it 12 fireballs?
10? It's 10 or
some
12.
large number, some large number of fireballs, or 2 fireballs and 1 stomp, which is why it looks like he just insta-killed him because you hit him with 2 fireballs and then stomp him once and he's dead. Very, very fast.
Yeah, so coming up next is Vanilla Dome 1. It's the first level in which we'll be using this Yoshi to break the game a little. I'll let Dact explain it once we get in there because there's going to be a lot happening pretty quickly.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, like he essentially you can duplicate blocks by throwing a shell into them in the right way, and there's some glitchy stuff you can do with that.
What am I doing up here?
That was interesting. Yeah, if you duplicate a turn block over the bottom half of a dragon coin, like Sten just did, and then collect the top half, it creates a block. And that block, it's an object that actually exists in the game. It has a different item in it depending on where it is on the screen, like its position. They did that to save memory, I guess, just have the same object. So he generates a key block with that, and then duplicates the key block to the side and turns it into a block with Yoshi wings in it. And then collects the wings, and the level's over. Saves like 40 seconds in that level. We'll be doing them a few more Yoshi wings, but that's the biggest time save. And it's also probably the most difficult one. It's the one everyone learns first, because it actually saves loads of time, but it's probably the trickiest. Nice throw. That's a quicker way than normal to get through the thing. Oh, I guess I missed the Yoshi clip as well. Yeah, so in Zone 2, in the water level, you clip through the wall with Yoshi, and that is also a thing you can do. We'll see that again a couple times later.
Yeah. For that particular clip, you have to ditch Yoshi in order to survive, because there's no water out of bounds in this level.
Yeah. And you also need a cape to like float across to the other side. Otherwise, you just fall to your death. But Yeah, that's something worth noting, I guess. See, in levels that have water in them, the water doesn't extend out of bounds. But in levels that are entirely water, like Forest of Illusion 2 or something, the water extends out of bounds and you're just always swimming. I guess it's just FY2 and like Star World 2 that are entirely underwater.
Yeah, maybe some... I think it might just be those.
Yeah. And then Sticky
Oh,
Fly
Soda
on the
Lake.
ceiling there as well. Oh yeah, true.
For at least the first room of Soda Lake.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. I'm going to say that's a really good Vanilla Dome because the rest of Vanilla Dome is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing anything crazy. So
yeah, the first half of Vanilla Dome is one of the hardest parts of the run. It causes lots of resets, and some runners intentionally like change their route to do it as early as possible. My PB does that route. It's just kind of saves time if you're resetting over clips all the time.
oh, P-switch. Threw it a little too far.
Yeah, I guess the reason for the route that you're doing, where you did Donut Secret House pretty early, is for the boot rings that I mentioned before. It keeps them consistent. I mean, it's one of the reasons. Because it's the first level you're doing with boot rings, and it's the only one where their position actually matters, so having them consistent is very good. I guess it also saves frames in Donut Secret 2.
Yeah, it's like a very small number of frames, but
yeah.
it's something.
Another bonus room to skip. You don't skip a room, but you skip like the second half of this room, which is long. And...
It's all one big room. You just sort of skip the middle section.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing raft skip because that would be so scary.
No balls. But yeah, you can still like this is still a skip. You don't have to ride the raft half the way by just kind of keeping speed and flying through with Yoshi. There's going to be a few times where you see that kind of tech where you just kind of run back and forth in order to keep speed while you have to wait for something. And that's definitely a good example of that.
We get a donation if you guys have a second.
Yeah,
yeah, this level's not interesting, so...
Very good. So we just got a very generous anonymous donation of $54.06, and that goes towards the Hearthstone incentive. Now, the Hearthstone incentive is for the next game, which is up. Obviously, that's Hearthstone, League of Evil, and that's for a boss showcase. Sorry, that's the League of Evil showcase, and that only has $56.54 to go. So get those donations in. That incentive ends 10 minutes before Hearthstone run finishes. So there's still time.
There's still plenty of time. We got more than an hour of SMW left.
Yeah.
So by spinning my cape at the start of this room, and then spin jumping at a specific position, I can avoid having Magic Cooper and get in my way. Which, he's RNG and a mess, and I hate him.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have at least one level where he doesn't...
Yeah, we see Magic Cooper a couple times, and in the other level, it's a lot more of an issue where Magic Cooper spawns, but in this one, not so much.
So unfortunately, this is just a very cycle-based room, and the speed you get through it doesn't really line up with the cycles that well, so you just have to take things slow to a certain extent.
You did just skip a cycle there, though, by floating across the gap there.
That's true. It's a nice and easy cycle skip when you've got a cave.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't be there!
Oh, no!
Okay, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, there's an easy cave to grab in Cheeseburger.
I just really don't want to lose fire, because that would lose a lot of time. Okay, we're good. We're good. Not ideal, but I can roll with it.
Yeah.
Weird that the
feel
Lemmy
like-
fight is where I'm losing time in this segment, because it's not what you expect.
I feel like for how much more important cape is in this category, it's way easier to get backup capes than backup flowers.
Hmm. Yeah, well, once you've got green blocks as well, they're so capes all over the
everywhere.
place. But luckily, there is a cape right at the start of the next level, which makes recovering from that mistake not too bad.
Yeah.
If I'd
And
lost,
the next level
sorry,
is...
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say the next level is also has some crazy tech that is
Crazy tech.
Yeah, the crazy tech of holding jump.
Oh no, you have to also hold run and right. Let's show off the crazy tech.
Yeah.
Okay. Might as well
just
just close
gotta-
my eyes.
Yeah, you just run past the block and then hold buttons, and you just make it to the
Okay, I
other
want
side.
to open my eyes. This is kind of scary. I know nothing's gonna happen. I just forgot where the level
Yeah.
ends.
Right, yeah.
So that's
And
the
then there's some wings in that block there, which
Yeah,
are
that-
intended. They're not glitched.
yeah. There's 3 sets of intended wings, and then I think we get at least 3 sets of glitched wings.
Yeah. And then we'll hopefully see something cool here. It's hard though, so not guaranteed.
That looks pretty good though.
Yeah, that looked good to me. Nice. Okay, so essentially what Sten just did was spawn a boss in the level and then kill it, and the level just ends.
Yeah, the boss
I will
was
not pretend to
invisible.
understand how that works, but
The boss was invisible. It was technically spawned by the weird glitchy looking dude that I spat out with Yoshi, which is also technically a blue sliding Koopa, like the ones that were on the slopes.
yeah. Yeah, I've done the version of that in Groovy, but I don't understand how it works. So. And the cool thing here, where you kind of don't switch to cape straight away, but instead you switch to cape like while you're above the power-up box, and it skips the animation. Like you just switch instantly. It's frame saver, but it's might as well.
Yeah, basically,
then-
if Mario's like above the level when changing power-ups, he it just skips the power-up transition. You just switch straight to the power-up instead of having the like half-second delay. Although, if you do that in an auto-scroller, it actually soft-locks the game, so I advise against doing that in auto-scrollers.
And then yeah, we're just swimming for a while. Jesse, if you want to say anything, you can.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I'd just like to say that we're currently at $7,482. We are so close to 7.5k. We're at the highest we've ever been for this marathon, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been donating. And what are you donating for? Well, we are Oz Speedruns. We're doing a charity speedrunning event to support Beyond Blue. Beyond Blue is a charity that is dedicated to helping people with mental health issues. They provide support over the phone. They provide information and general support to the wider Australian public to try and destigmatize the kind of mental health issues that hurt people so badly. If you would like to donate to Beyond Blue, go to donate.ozspeedruns.com, and we have several incentives that you can have a look at, and they're at incentives.ozspeedruns.com. Alternatively, you can do !donate or !incentives in the chat. The next one coming up is the Hearthstone League of Evil Showcase, and that's got $56.54 to go. And the next game incentive is Fantasy Zone, which has $217 to go. Back to you, Sten.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, not too bad. I was supposed to just take the key and fly it to the keyhole.
Yeah, if you pick up an item while you're flying, you'll keep flying with the item, and that's known as an item fly, and it's useful in a couple places. This is, I think, the only level where we fly under it.
Yeah,
Because-
there are other levels where you can, but they're kind of spooky. This one,
Yeah.
it is just...
And you don't have to fly under this one, you can go over as well. It's just slightly faster to start flying earlier, which
Yeah.
flying under does.
if you lock your flight at the earlier you can lock your flight in at a fast speed, the more time it's gonna save. Even if it is just like a second earlier, the frames add up.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you're flying so much in this run.
Yeah, what is the difference between like max speed and min speed for like all the flying?
I have no idea. Like, I mean, it can be like a
it's
second
gonna
or
add up a
two
lot,
for each
right?
level. So
Yeah.
like, add that up for every flyover. Like, it's a lot of time.
Yeah. Having the red blocks there actually makes that a fair bit harder. You don't have much room to gain height there.
Okay, gonna take one headphone off so I can hear the game properly to fly over Star World 5.
Oh yeah, so you know that you're actually flying. Yeah, you don't have very much room at the top of the level here to fly. And so if you kind of miss a cape pump or mistime something, you can very easily just land on the blocks, which is not a big deal. It's just if you don't know that you have, then you're wasting time trying to fly when you're not. You'll be like tapping left and running left and right.
Plus, you lose a bit of time having to get back up to speed.
Yeah. I find like cape pumping is just easier with audio in general.
Oh, definitely.
And the audio cue, like getting the rhythm is easier that way. This level is cool with cape because you can zip through these turn blocks. It's kind of dangerous, like if you zip off the bottom of the screen, like you almost did there, you just die because the game thinks you've fallen off the bottom of the screen. So you need to be quite careful with how you do that. But those are some pretty solid zips.
Those were really good zips.
Yeah.
Like, I think 70 is the highest you'll realistically see from a person. 70 on the game timer, so like getting 69 for that pipe is very solid.
Yeah, basically only 4 of the turn blocks can be spinning at once. And so by kind of spinning a bunch of them with the cape, you can get them to... Like, you start spinning ones below you and the ones above you stop spinning because of that, and it kind of pushes you downwards.
Yeah, you basically end up with, effectively Mario's stuck in a wall, and then that moves him down to the left, and then more turn blocks start spinning, and stop previous ones from spinning, and it's all complicated, sort of like a chain reaction kind of thing that lets you through.
Yeah. Again, swimming with an item is fast, so we pick up Baby Yoshi there, even though we're not actually going to use him yet. We'll be going back in the level, and this time we'll actually get the Yoshi. Unless you're doing Yellow Yoshi, I don't even know.
Oh, I'm not doing Yellow Yoshi.
You're not, okay.
If I was doing Yellow Yoshi, I would have done. I wouldn't have done Star World 1.
Oh, true. Yeah. Good point. The road is different. Yeah, so he's going to take this blue Yoshi and feed it the fire flower that he currently has in his inventory. If you feed Baby Yoshi to power up, he just instantly grows up. I guess the alternative is to feed a bunch of fish here, but it would make the swimming slower at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't need this fire flower anymore, so we can just feed it to Yoshi, and now we have a blue Yoshi, which is pretty important for some things in Special Worlds.
Yeah, we'll be getting the fire flower back in Awesome. If all goes according to plan.
Yeah, so the Yoshi colors, each Yoshi, they match up with the shell colors essentially. So green shells do nothing; you spit them out and they're just still a shell. Red shells shoot fireballs. Yellow shells let you stomp on the ground, and then blue shells let you fly like this. And having that colored Yoshi means that any shell that you grab has that effect. So if you have a blue Yoshi, picking up any shell lets you fly with Yoshi. This is not as fast as cape flying, but it's still very useful if you need to keep Yoshi for something, which we do for this level. This is another wings glitch, similar to what we did in BD1. It's a bit easier to see what's happening here, though. So you kind of dupe this block upwards, and then dupe that one upwards as well.
Okay.
Yeah, making mistakes there means you have to wait for the turn block to stop spinning.
Okay, there we go.
So Jupe's on top of the bottom half of the dragon coin, pick up the dragon coin, hit the resulting block with that shell, just as a speed strat, and it gives you Yoshi wings. I guess it should be pointed out the wings block is invisible as well. You can see it, but if you like off-screened it and then brought it back, you'd be able to see it. This is another set of wings. I don't understand this one, but they're cool. You just kind of stick the P switch in the wall, and it gives you a lot of wings, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
it just spawns them every frame.
Yeah, you like. There's a P balloon in that block, and the P balloon block is the same object as the wings block. So you kind of dupe it to the side by putting that P switch in the wall, and sometimes it messes you up and doesn't dupe it, and you have to like scroll the screen to make it actually happen. But you got good luck there. And then I don't understand how this next strat works either, assuming you're going for art.
Oh, I'm going for it.
Yeah. So I'll pick up a flower here.
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, we're gonna try to back this up.
Yeah, the no P-speed version, right?
Okay, I tried. I got close, got the double tongue.
Yeah. So what he was going for there was another boss kill, similar to what we did in Cookie Mountain, but this time it would spawn a Reznor rather than a Koopa Kid, and then you just like eat it, I guess.
No, it's not even that. It's like the memory address of like the number of Reznors that have been defeated in the fight is shared with like the memory address of the position of Yoshi's tongue. So it's literally like 4 frames after his tongue is stuck out, the Reznor. The game's like the Reznor's dead. The level is over.
Great.
It's so cool.
Yeah, another boss kill in this level. This one's very similar to the Cookie Mountain one, but this is the easiest of the 3 boss kills to do. Again, you just spawn a Koopa Kid and then kill it with fireballs, and the level ends. That's all it is.
2 out of 3 boss kills is not bad for a run.
Yeah, definitely.
And I didn't lose a huge amount of time backing up Arc either, which can happen.
Yeah. Arc is short for Awesome Reznor Kill, by the way.
Yeah.
The level is called Awesome, you kill a Reznor.
Yeah, it's similarly the trick I just got in that last level is GBK or Groovy Boss Kill, because the level is named Groovy and I kill the boss.
Yeah.
We're very original with our trick names.
Name. Arc is just a really good acronym. Like, it's works out.
It's so catchy.
Yeah.
I think that's why we went with Awesome Reznor Kill rather than Awesome Boss Kill, because Abac doesn't have the same, quite the same ring.
This level is the easiest one in Special World in this category, and then if you don't have cape, it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Like if you just watch what he's flying over, and how are you supposed to do this fast?
Speaking of not having cape, Dact will actually be running 95 exit no cape tomorrow for the marathon, which is basically this, but imagine if I didn't have a cape for everything.
Yeah.
And also you can't get, there's one exit that you can't get without cape, so he skips that one for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to that. I wasn't gonna plug that too much, but...
Oh, gotta plug it at least once. That's gonna be a good run.
Yeah. Hope so.
Like, imagine if you actually had to, got to see some of Funky, instead of just, flying above it all. Like, oh, you saw that, I saw a Sumo Bro's head.
Nice.
And there's some
on the
pipes.
block, I think. Yeah,
there's a pipe.
Am I right in thinking that this level gives you a different in-game time for every flight speed?
Yes, that's correct. So I'm on pace for a 39 on the game timer, which will be the fastest. But then, it's like the 38 for the next fastest.
Yeah, even the small difference in flight speed gives you affects the game timer a lot. And yeah, the in-game time is kind of a good way of judging if you're doing things quickly. Essentially, it's not used for anything. Like, I guess people do ILs sometimes for the game time. As far as the speedrun's concerned, it's just used as a gauge for how fast you do the level. Okay, so now that Sten is officially super player, we get teleported back to Yoshi's house and get to do the left path, which you might have wondered why we didn't do that at the start, but it's basically just so that we can do it with Cape now, because there's no capes in World 1, so...
Yeah, it's just...
You could do this level and the other Switch Palace at the start if you wanted to, but it would be a little bit slower, because you'd have to run through the level instead of flying over.
Yeah. It's easier and faster to do it at this point in the run, so there's like no reason to do it differently.
Exactly. Let me check the record actually, because I think it might have got a new one recently.
Yeah, Maiba. It's held by Maiba. Sorry.
Yeah. 1 hour 21 minute 52 by Maiba from Japan. You got it like a month ago.
Yeah. Beat the previous record of 1:22:57 by Louis.
1:21:57.
It's 1:21. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't you have something similar to? No, you got a mid 122.
Yeah, I got a 120. I'm fourth place with a 1:22:32, and then third place is a 22:30. So there's like more than 30 seconds between third and second place.
Yeah.
Which is kind of insane. Overworld. Okay, so
longest piece of overworld movement in the game.
Yeah. Gotta walk all the way down from the Switch Palace. So now we'll be cleaning up the rest of World 2, the stuff that we didn't get on the first pass. Which, we're heading into auto-scroller territory real soon.
Yeah. There's not very many auto-scrollers in this game. It's not like SMB3 where there's a million. It's, they've kind of cut back on the auto-scrollers a lot, but there are still a handful.
Yeah. And they were kind enough to give one of them 2 exits, so we have to do it twice.
Yeah.
Although,
at least you only have to play half the level.
Yeah, that's true. So Donut Plains 2 is up next, and there's it's like twice as long as what I'll be doing. But we don't need to do that in most categories, so...
Yeah. To answer the chat question, he's playing in Japanese, mainly because of the text boxes. Like, the save box, like the text box that comes up when you save, that's slightly smaller in Japanese, and so it takes less time to like expand and contract. So that saves a little bit of time every time. And also, the Switch Palace cutscenes are like 3 seconds shorter arbitrarily in Japanese.
Yeah, for some reason on the US version, it just pauses for an extra 3 seconds after like the end of the music in Switch Palaces.
It's not like the scrolling text or anything. All the text appears at the same time.
Yeah,
it's
just
it's
waits.
random pause for no reason on the English version.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's not a big deal to play on Japanese. You can definitely get good times on English. There's no real gameplay differences. There's some very obscure things, but there's nothing important. It's just for the text boxes that people run on Japanese mostly.
Yeah, so...
It's like 22 seconds in this category, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around 20. That's like a quarter of a second for every save box, and there's a fair few of those, and then 3 seconds for every Switch Palace.
Yeah.
So Switch Palaces are most of it in this category, but
in the short categories where you don't get Switch Palaces, that it's even less important. It's very, very minor.
I'm also sure it's got absolutely nothing to do with the fact that if you wanted to buy a Japanese copy of Super Mario World, it would cost you about $5. If you wanted to buy a copy of the US Super Mario World, it'll set you back like 50-something.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to get hold of Japanese copies.
Yeah, they're so cheap, but it's just the better version of the game. So
yeah, got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
He just got the green Switch, which is fairly important. It's only important if he makes mistakes, but it's like
hopefully it's not useful at all.
Yeah, it's worthwhile because there's green blocks all over the place, and those green blocks always have capes in them. So they're good sources of backup capes if he gets hit. Also, nice triple feather there. And then don't collect any of them just for swag.
I mean, I'm not collecting any of them because they'd override my Fire Flower.
Yeah, like you don't want those capes, but just generating them and then not collecting them is hardcore.
Yeah, so speaking of fire, the next boss at the end of this world, or I guess at the end of the next like few worlds, is Ludwig. And Ludwig, like Morton, dies to 2 fireballs and a stomp, or 3 stomps. Except if you stomp him once, he'll roll around on the ground and spin and jump all over the place. So it's about 14 seconds faster to kill him with fire. So really, I don't want to lose this flower, because that would be slow.
Yeah, there's a couple places where you can get backup flowers, but not many really. Like it's always a pretty annoying detour to have to get.
Yeah, there's one for Vanilla, like Vanilla Dome 1 Secret Exit is the next one. That's where I'd get it if I'd lost it, say, in Special, messing something up. And then there's Vanilla Secret 2.
Yeah. That one has a cool strat for getting it quickly, but...
I don't know it.
Yeah. So everything in World 2 done, and now we do the left path in World 3 and the kind of top bridge area, which is one of the less enthralling parts of the run.
Who doesn't love fly? Oh, I fell down.
Oh.
Did not get red block thing. You can fly off that like first tile of the blocks and get up to the secret exit a lot faster, but unfortunately, I think I adjusted too much.
Also, another question in chat about the midway checkpoints. At the start of the game, you'll definitely see people skip them because you want to be small for the first castle. So if you see people jumping over there, that's why. Other midways are usually not a big deal. Like you can or can't get them; it doesn't really matter.
Like we're never gonna go out of our way to get a midway.
Yeah.
But except maybe like that. I guess no, it's not even out of your way. Oh, I meant
weird.
to fly. Interesting. Okay, we're jumping. Oh, gotta love the VS1 spaghetti.
Yeah, this exit's really cool when you do it right as well.
Yeah, and I just didn't. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, now we have a whole bunch of flyovers, so I guess if there's anything to plug or any donations, now is a good time.
We've had no recent donations. I know it's just not on.
Come on,
Really.
guys.
Come on, guys. Let's support Beyond Blue. They're great charity. They're doing great work. So yes, to give the plug once again, we are Oz Speedruns, and this is ASM2020, and we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity devoted to helping people with mental health and reducing the stigma around mental health issues in Australia. And if you would like to donate, go to donate.ozspeedruns.com. We have many incentives that you can put your money towards, so you can get something out of giving that donation. And that can be found at !incentives or incentives.ozspeedruns.com. Thank you very much.
Yeah, be sure to get money in for those incentives. Oh, this is unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
How is that not pay speed?
That's a good question. Okay, not the level I expected to be messing up. Alright, we're back on track though.
Fun fact about this level, one of the only gameplay differences between the American version or I guess all the English versions, and the Japanese version is that you can eat the dolphins in the Japanese version, if you have Yoshi here. And they removed that for the other versions.
And then patched it back in for the GBA release.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Interesting. I guess they must have like just based it on the Japanese version of the game.
Yeah. How do you not know that? You've run the GBA version.
I don't remember trying to eat the dolphins. I don't think I ever took Yoshi into VS3 running the GBA version. Actually, I probably did for like no Star World Luigi. Actually, no, that's not even worth it. Luigi flies fast.
Also, when we were talking about underwater levels earlier, this is the other one.
Oh yeah, how did I
You
forget?
can't get out. Yeah, you can't
Valley
get out of bounds
Fortress.
here, but it's still a water level.
Ah,
Oh no. Yeah, so if you spin at the right time coming out of that pipe, you just despawn that swamp.
yeah. There's also a 50-50. There's a 50-50 chance it just won't work, even if you spin at the
Oh,
right
is it?
time, based on the frame you enter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like one frame, and that gives you a 50% chance if you get that frame.
So those the Reznor fireballs take like a second after being shot before they become active. Thankfully, because there was one very much inside Mario there.
You see some pretty good Resident fights, but yeah. It's always a scary one, like especially this one as well, because if you get hit, you can very easily not be able to pick up the flower when it drops, and then you just lose the flower and don't have it for Ludwig and lose like 14 seconds.
Yeah, so this is Battle Bridge 1, everyone's favourite auto-scroller, because not only is it like 2 minutes long, but you have to actually pay attention, otherwise there is the risk of dying quite easily. But what I'll actually be doing throughout this level is trying to get my score to around somewhere around 660,000, 670. Because the way due to the way scores calculated in this game, if the game is lagging, or if you have a greater sum of the digits of your score, the game will lag more in areas where the game lags. And one of the laggiest areas is Sunken Ghost Ship, which is at the end of after World 6. So what we aim to generally have 1,000,000 points when we get into the Ghost Ship, because that just means the sum of the digits ends up lower. So I can sort of manipulate my points around this point to go, okay, I need about this much here.
Where's the vine, bro?
The
juice.
Okay, not happening. I was scared I'd get crushed. I ran out of
Yeah,
time.
A little bit.
I was going for Coin Factory, which would have been super swag, and not at all dangerous.
That spooked me, not jumping there.
I never jump there with cape. I jump there without cape because that would be silly.
Nah, just ditch Yoshi to get across.
Does not seem worth it.
Nah. Yeah, this is the last of the kind of top bridge boring levels, and then we get the castle where we actually need that flower that we've been holding on to for a while.
We just got a donation taking us over the $7,500 mark.
Oh, nice.
And that was thanks to Sega Junkie donating $26.96. And they say, "Hi everyone, don't forget to enjoy a tasty dolphin snack with your speedruns." Thanks again, Sega Junkie.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, so some ground pounds here to kill these. These are called bony beetles, right?
Okay.
And then very important to not run past that door and get the mushroom, because it will overwrite your flower, and you just cry, because running past the door, it's like the worst possible door to miss. Oh, I guess if you go for the door in
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's a really big problem if you do that.
Yeah, I actually doing a run last night. Oh, get off the cage! What the heck? Doing a run last night, I collected that mushroom and was very sad.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Ludwig. If you have fire, it's the same as the other bosses, so you just kill him like that. But if you don't have fire, and if you just stomp on him once, he does this long animation where he goes left and right and wastes a bunch of time. And then if you don't know what you're doing, you'll have to watch that twice, but thankfully you can skip the second cycle. But it still loses a lot of time. A little band-aid on the mountain. Yeah, now we get to go into Forest of Illusion, which is it's tricky. It's not the easiest part of the run.
Yeah, there's a few, I mean, I guess the first, like, there's a few luck-based tricks fairly early on in the world, and the rest isn't too bad.
Yeah. You going for wings in FI1?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's one of those luck-based tricks I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's another set of wings, this one also duping a P-balloon block to the left.
Yeah, this one looks scary because you're like jumping over a void to be able to do it.
Yeah, this one is scary and unreliable.
Yeah, because you have to do a sideways dupe. Oh, nice.
Let's go.
That was good. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, so basically there's I think it's a 2 in 5 chance that I like just dupe the block upwards instead of to the side and get a P-balloon. So thankfully that did not happen.
Yeah. If you do that, you can go for it again if you want to, as long as you don't hit the original block or lose your shell. And then we have more Yoshi clips.
Okay, got that one first try.
Yeah. So we have to do this one twice. This is easier than the one in VD2 earlier. Just the kind of there's less distance between the corner that you get into and the actual wall that you clip, so there's less room for error, I guess.
It's worth
less room to make mistakes.
It's worth noting though that once you're once you've got like you're sort of standing in the corner of the wall, when you go for that dismount, based on the frame, there's a 1 in 4 chance there's a 1 in 4 chance that you'll get kicked out. There's also some sub-pixel shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
We manipulate that.
Yeah, as long as you like get it reasonably quickly, you can keep your sub-pixel in a good spot and have the maximum chance to kind of get in. But it's always maximum 3 in 4 chance to actually make it. And so obviously we got rid of Yoshi so that we could pick up an object to swim faster, so get a new one. That was interesting.
Okay, get speed back. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so because we have to do 2 exits in Forest of Illusion 2, we get this Yoshi to do the same clip again. I'm not going for Forest Ghost House clip.
You got it in a marathon.
I know, I'm not doing it. It's not happening.
So you can clip through this ceiling here and just go straight to the final floor, like the end of the level. It's really dumb.
It's so unreliable, and if you mess it up in the wrong way, you have to take a huge detour through the sub-level of this level, which is a long room that we never hope to see in Cape categories. But if you want to see it, come by tomorrow for Dactron.
I thought you meant if you want to see the clip, but no, if you want to see the second room in that level, then yeah.
Yeah, that clip only works with Cape as well.
Yeah, it involves like switching from fire to Cape in like during the clip. So.
Oh, I moved too far to the left.
Yeah,
that's
like
unfortunate.
the worst way to fail that because it messes up the sub-pixel manipulation.
Yeah,
when she like lands on the ground like that.
Okay.
Oh, good luck.
I still got through, which was lucky.
Yeah, that was way less likely to work than if we just got it straight away.
Oh well, can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, it was solid. BD2 clip was first try as well, right?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, good clips.
Yeah, the game was kind. I made a bit of a mistake on that clip. But other than that, yeah, not a bad start to Forest by any means.
And it's really convenient that you can pick up that turn block and the key through the floor without going back in bounds.
Yeah.
If you go back in bounds for the key, it's not that big of a deal. But if you go back in bounds trying to get the turn block, you cry because you just wasted everything that, like the whole reason of doing Alfie. You've just
No, going back in bounds, like some people do go back in bounds for the key. That's just like that's a valid choice. I think it lags a little more, but
yeah, right, yeah.
but yeah, that's not going to lose a considerable amount of time. Whereas going back in bounds, trying to grab the throw block, which is also harder to grab.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
then you
just,
have to
like,
swim
hold-
through the whole level.
Just hold the button and swim vaguely near it like you can with the key. Yeah, back to the ghost house. This is basically the same as last time. You just get a different door at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. With the way the clip works, you clip in at, like, that corner to the left of me. So, like, this exit is the faster one, doing normal strats, but then the slower one if you do the clip.
Huh. I never thought of it. Yeah, the next couple levels are pretty straightforward, but then we have the fortress, which is really annoying because it's like an auto-scrolling room followed by a room that's actually pretty tricky. Like it's
Yeah,
got some
like,
tech.
yeah,
And so
room.
if you mess up the room, the second room, you have to play the auto-scroller again because there's no midway.
Yeah, dying anywhere in Forest Fort sucks because it's either, oh my god, I was so stupid and died in an auto scroller, or, oh, don't fall off the pipe, Mario. What are you doing? Get in there. Okay, didn't fall in the iron hole.
That hole is... Why is that there? Why does that exist?
I don't know.
And then this level, the background scrolls really fast because of something to do with those wing platforms.
Yeah.
They kind of trigger the background to scroll faster.
Yeah, I did not get a good flight speed there. Yeah, so I'm moving into Forest Fort.
This is the one we mentioned with the auto scroller.
Hmm.
So the first room here is going to be not super interesting.
I really hope it's not going to be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You can do a cool thing here where you just kind of stick to the corner and just keep flying. And the crushers only damage you if you're standing on the ground. And so if you're not, if you're either like if you like jump into them or you go through to the side like this, they don't hurt you. You can just kind of fly through them.
An interesting thing is technically you can also, like, if you stand under them and then alternate jump and spin jump every frame, you can...
Oh yeah,
they
true,
will
yeah,
not damage you either because you are
That's
technically
fantastic.
jumping constantly. But, you know, human can't quite mash that fast.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I updated my strat here recently because people were
Yeah.
getting annoyed at me for being slow.
Yeah, you used to do something a lot.
I used to
more
do like
better.
2013 strats or something.
Yeah, but yeah. The spin at the start, it like delays the camera, right? So that the fireballs spawn later.
Hmm.
And so it lets you get over those, and then you kind of use the. I guess we haven't talked about the flight meter, but like when you take off with the cape, it starts a timer, and if you jump again, like if you try and take off again during that timer, you don't get a proper flight. You just like get a small one. And if you run off a ledge while that timer's going, you go straight into the flight animation, which is what we did in the fortress now.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing something similar to that in room 2 of Chocolate Fortress as well. Maybe some other places that I can't think of right now.
Yeah. Yeah, just use turbo for it.
So, Stan, when did you start running Super Mario World?
A bit over 5 years ago. I did my first run Oh, don't walk that way, stupid controller.
Oh, it's like the clip that was posted the other day in Star Wars.
Ah, I need to clean my controller because it keeps doing that. Anyway, I did my first run of No Star World, which is a shorter category of this game, back in, I think it was the 5th of June 2015, so it's been, like, yeah, over 5 years now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, you joined a tournament, right?
Yeah, there was a No Star World tournament happening. Like, I've been interested in the game for a little while, and then a No Star World tournament started up, and I was like, oh, anyone can join this? I'll join this. And I completed my first run of No Star World, which was like a 33-minute category at the time, and I got a 4-hour and 35-minute time, and it was absolute garbage.
No Star World's not that hard to pick up, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing you improved that very quickly.
Oh yeah, my next PB was by like over 3 hours.
Yeah.
And
It's very respectable to put a time out there like that, to be honest. You know, like when you see on the leaderboards, there are all those times that are very close to world record, but then, you know, there's some people out there who, you know, they just want to play the game fast and they don't care about the top strats. And, you know, we love them too.
But yeah, I've put in a fair bit of time since then and improved a lot.
Yeah. Sten has had the world record in this category in the past. So I guess that's something to note.
Yeah, held it for about a month. I was the first person to get below 1 hour and 23 minutes in this category, with a 1:22:59.65. So barely scraped in there. That was a cool milestone to hit.
Yeah, you're one of only a couple people to have broken a minute barrier, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, I know Kekusho broke the 123. Oh, yeah, the
Was it
124.
Louis who got 121?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, thirsty. So,
Yeah.
I think I can save this. Yeah, not as fast as I'd have liked, but it works.
64 fly.
So, interesting thing about flight. Dak mentioned the flight meter earlier. If you take off the frame you land, so like if you're just like spin flying through the air, your flight meter stops at 2. And then when you hit the ground, it ticks down to 1 and then to 0. So if you try taking off on that frame where it's still 1, so the first frame you've landed, you will just not get proper flight out of it. Which kind of sucks when that happens and you don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that about the flight meter stopping at 2. I never noticed that before. But that explains why thirsties happen.
Oh, so there's a pipe above that level, and I hit the pipe because I was flying too high.
I hate this level with Kate. Trying to fly between the Lakitu. Is it the Lakitu?
Fish and Boo.
Fish and Boo, that's the one. Yeah, trying to fly between the Fish and Boo and the top of the level without hitting that pipe.
Yeah, just flying a fraction too high.
Especially if your TV like cuts off a lot at the top.
Yeah.
It makes it way harder.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of room. You have to be like almost visible on screen, but then not flying high enough to, not flying. Yeah, it's tight.
Yes. And then this level is neat. The rooms that you get when you go through the pipes depend on how you've played the level so far. So it's one of the pipes that gives you different rooms depending on your time, and another one depending on how many coins you've collected. Yeah, thankfully for the secret exit, we can just kind of go fast and we get the right rooms. But for the normal exit, we have to delay and do some special stuff, I guess. And this level is long. Yeah.
Yeah, long. It's
not much to say. It's kind of tricky in parts, but mostly it's okay.
So the hardest part's probably trying to optimize this room well.
Yeah.
And even that's like not too bad.
This is the room that makes Lunar Dragon weird because this is the level that makes Lunar Dragon weird because it only has one dragon coin. The schedule should adjust to your time zone if you go to the Hararo schedule.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got through with no issues. Didn't accidentally scrape.
And now you have to remember not to go in the pipe. You have to go back the other way to do the normal path through Chocolate Island.
I'd be lying if I said I'd never gone and done Wendy's Castle right after that and been like, wait, why am I saving 5 minutes?
You do that in other runs where you don't have to play all the levels, like all castles, no Star World, that kind of thing. It's a good shortcut, but you have to play everything, yeah. So you get lots of coins from that block. This allows you to get a particular room for the second room that has a feather at the start of it. And that's really nice because we don't need a fire flower anymore, so it's really convenient to just have a backup cape in your inventory. And not have to waste any time for it, because we'll have to wait in this room anyway. So spending that time getting the extra coins doesn't actually waste any time in reality.
Yeah, so we need to... Oh, I messed that up. Needed to...
Ooh.
I gotta stop talking.
There's that backup cape.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll get a new backup cape.
Basically, I had to wait until the in-game time was below 250 before going in that pipe, so 249 or lower. Otherwise, you'd have got the path to the secret exit, which we did the first time through.
It really sucks if you accidentally enter that pipe at 250.
Yes.
Which I have also done.
We all have. This level is it's a flyover, but it's kind of tricky at the start because you need to get over this pipe at the start, and you don't have a lot of room to gain enough height to get over. You can make it a bit safer by doing a spin fly and taking off the rotating platform instead, but that's loses frames. That makes it a little bit safer.
Oh, that was not a good flight speed at all. Jeez. I was more concerned about just getting over the pipe, though.
The most useless overworld path in the game.
I love it so much. It's my favorite.
It's your favorite, no? Yeah, you can't assume. Yeah, I guess you can't beat the game just doing normal exits because of that level, I guess.
FY3 as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
FY, you can only get out of forest taking the secret exit of FY3.
Yeah, so you need to get at least 2 secret exits to beat the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that goalpost, the normal exit goalpost, does not extend up very high at all. You can fly right over it to get to the secret exit that's behind it. You can go under as well, but it doesn't matter. Let's work.
Basically, on levels where the screen scrolls vertically, the goal does not, you can fly over the top of the goal, which we have to avoid in some levels, but it's useful in that one.
This level, I would say, is one of the hardest in this category. It's this room specifically, and that was textbook. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the hardest rooms in the run.
One of the hardest, yeah.
Made it look easy.
It's so satisfying when you do it right.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to get through all the pencils. They kind of grab you. Obviously you take damage if you get spiked by them, but they kind of grab you and kill your speed as well if you get too close. Yeah, it's very, very good Choco Fort.
Yeah.
Do we have a second, friends?
Yeah.
We just got a very generous donation from Suffram. They gave $213.77. Thank you very much, Suffram. Poggers in the chat. Pogs, I want to see them Pogs. Clappers. Thank you very much, Suffram. And they said, congrats on the 7.5k, putting this towards the Fantasy Zone incentive. Now that almost met the Fantasy Zone incentive on its own. There is $3.97 left on the Fantasy Zone incentive. So someone bop that $4, and we'll have a fantasy zone. Yeah, thank you again, Sufferum, and that takes us up to $7,722. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on 7776. What the heck?
Okay, someone's got to donate $1. It is your duty.
We just got another generous donation of $54.06.
No, I think we're still good.
I don't know. It's $1 off. We're exactly $1 off 7777.77.
This one was included.
Original Mies, I'm not quite sure how to say your name, said, enjoying this marathon and its run, I give it a rating of Sten out of 10.
Yo, thanks, Mass.
I can't believe it. We missed 6969 last night, and now we've missed quad 7.
Well, we've almost got hex 7s, right? Like, we've got the decimal. It's actually 7776.77.
So we just need a single dollar donation.
Yeah, you need to make sure, like...
But only one person, please.
Yeah.
No, actually, everyone donate. Everyone donate,
actually, yeah. Everyone should donate. Yes,
Oops.
That's right.
I got distracted.
Just donate like $300 and bring it up to 8008.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, if everyone donates $1, then we'll pretty much be at 8888 anyway, so, you know.
That was a questionable room 2 of Wendy's Castle. I was supposed to just spin fly through the whole thing, but I made a few different mistakes.
Yeah, I wasn't even watching, to be honest.
Okay, it wasn't too bad. And I've hit 1,000,000 points as I was intending, so hopefully I can get that out to a bit nicer score in Ghost Ship.
That's really cool, actually. I didn't know about the score routing.
Yeah, it's fairly simple stuff. I just sort of, like, I think a few people have been doing it for a while, and I just realized, okay, I can sort of have a good idea of where the score will be based on where I am in Ghost Ship and FSA. Not Ghost Ship, BB1 and FSA.
Sure.
And I just, like, there's obviously, you know, a bit of a margin for error, but if I'm ending up in the right ballpark most of the time, then it's working out.
Yeah. As long as you don't have, like, 999999, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
Stoggers just sent us a $2.41 donation and said, fixed it, smiley face.
No.
Stoggers, I think you miscalculated there.
There was an error.
Thank you very much for your donation, Stoggers.
Well, gotta get up to 8888 now.
No, 8008.
Ooh, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And 50 cents.
50 cents, yeah. But yeah, so this is this room here, Sunken Ghost Ship. It has these boo clouds, and it also has some boo rings at the end. But you'll only see one. There should be one right now, where he just swam through, but he delayed just the right amount that the boo cloud interfered with the spawning of the boo ring, and so it just didn't spawn. It's not difficult to do. You just kind of get hit off Yoshi twice, and it makes it perfect.
Yeah, so getting hit off Yoshi at the start of that room was actually intentional.
Yeah.
I'm not just bad.
Is he gonna do it?
Orb.
He did it.
I've done better. I should have cranked the gain all the way. That could have been fun.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, my ears.
Yeah, so there is a cool glitch that lets you spawn that orb from the end of a Sunken Ghost Ship in other levels and just use it to clear them. And that used to be in the route for what was at the time 80%. It would be called 11 exit now, but it was 80% back then. And lets you beat the first castle instantly. And it's got other applications as well, but it's not allowed in this category. Because it would let you beat levels without actually beating them. I guess that's not the reason it's not allowed, because you can do wings and stuff, but you like use stuff from other levels to be.
I think
Yeah, it just kind of makes the category silly if you allow all.
the essence of it is that just we want to make it more fun.
Yeah.
we want to just, we want to go with what's enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You can use glitches in the level as long as they're actually done in that level.
Yeah.
That's another set of intended wings.
That's the last set of intended wings.
Yeah. So it means you don't have to go through that slow auto-scroller twice, thankfully. And we're going to see a really spooky flight here. Between those boos. Oh, yeah, that was pretty close to hitting that.
Closer than I'd have liked.
Yeah.
Oh damn, missed the slide. Second try sexy though.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a Game Boy version, Game Boy Advance version of this game, but Sten's playing the original Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, I have run the GBA version, but it kinda sucks a bit. At least as a speedrun, it lacks a lot of the cool stuff that the SNES version has.
Oh yeah, so that's another application of the flight meter, I guess. That's a door fly. He did a spin jump right before he went into that door, and that kind of starts the flight meter, which we mentioned before. And because it's still going when you go through the door, you're able to just jump and fly instantly when you come out on the other side of the door. Just saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, there's a few places where I've done door flies and pipe flies like that in this run.
Yeah, you grabbed the shell here now. Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked this straight up from watching your runs.
Yeah, I started doing it, and you were like, "Oh, that's cool."
Although I do not remember where to land on these platforms. Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was fine.
It's just a small time saver running on the platforms because they push you forward a bit.
Yeah.
Hi friends, we just got an anonymous $5.97 donation, and that says, put this towards the Fantasy Zone incentive. And with that, the Fantasy Zone incentive is met. We will now have an extra game added to the marathon.
Nice.
Thank you very much, everyone who contributed to that.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
This level's really neat. Lots of kind of interesting cape platforming, I guess. The cape, while it does trivialize a lot of levels, the levels that it doesn't trivialize, it tends to make pretty interesting. Like the platforming with the cape is actually really fun. Basically, if the level has a ceiling, it's fine. Like the cape makes it. And also that exit that Sten just got before was the only one that you actually have to use Yoshi for. The only way to get that key from behind the block is grabbing it with Yoshi.
Yeah. I think technically you can do it without Yoshi, but it's
okay.
very tricky. It requires, and it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, realistically, you should just use Yoshi.
Yeah. I think it's something that can technically be done, at least in TAS.
I think the task does a boss kill. Oh, that gets you the normal exit though.
Yeah.
Right? So
Still need to do the secret some way.
Okay, so this is... We mentioned Magic Cooper earlier, way back in World 3.
He's back!
Well, we come across Magic Cooper, and it's a lot more annoying in this one. You can't just kind of manipulate the spawn. Or, well, you can manipulate the spawn, but not to the extent that you can in Castle 3. It can still mess you up.
That's not ideal.
Oh, no.
Gimme.
Yeah. Had the
Pop.
back up.
Okay.
That's not
That
so
could have gone worse.
Yeah.
And for safety, I'm gonna grab that. Make sure I don't enter this
Yeah,
fight
I
with flight.
I saw the
Having door fly into this fight is like the scariest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very common that you'll see like a new runner will post a clip in the Discord like, what happened here? I was flying in the the Larry fight, and it's because they jumped before they went in, even like quite a way before sometimes, and they ended up with Doorfly. And you'll normally be holding the float button for the start of that fight, and it makes you just fly and completely messes you up. It's not guaranteed death or anything, but you almost always die because you're not expecting it.
Yeah, if you're not prepared, things go poorly.
Yeah. So yeah, second time through this level, we can't just get the wings. We have to actually do the second room with the scrolling sandbar. I don't know if Sten's going to go for the clip here.
I'll give it a shot, but I'm probably going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, it's better not to die.
Yes.
So there's a clip here to skip a cycle. Let's see if he gets it.
Nope, missed it. Went a bit late.
Yeah, but didn't die, which is the important thing.
Yeah, if you go late, it'll just look like nothing happened. But so basically, you have to duck and then spin jump within a 2-frame window to clip through the sandbar. And if you go early, you die. If you go late, it just looks like nothing happened. So I went late there. Probably not very late, but
yeah. The actual window for getting the clip like varies as well. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4 frames. Even.
Yeah, that's true. It's like it's 2 frames. Like it's a consistent 2 frames, and then another 2 frames that just sometimes work.
Yeah. It makes going for really good times in, especially this category, like a really long category like this, quite scary because you have to do that at the end if you want.
Yeah, it's just like a 12 or 13 second time save. You know, an hour and 20 minutes into the run, or a bit less than that, but close enough.
This is probably my favorite level in the run. We'll see him kind of running back and forward on this platform here to maintain this speed.
That's not what I'm supposed to do.
Weird, but worked out, I guess.
Yeah, okay, losing a bit of time in this one. Whoops.
Yeah.
I practiced this immediately before the run, and just forgot what I was doing. But got through the fort safely.
Yeah, you can maintain your speed all the way to the end. It's tricky, but it is possible.
Oh, another spooky fireball from Reznor. Hate those.
And that was the last exit. That we have 96 exits now. Beating Bowser doesn't give you an exit. It's just required to actually beat the game. But if he reset and went to check his file now, you'd see 96.
Yeah, I'll reset now and just be like, yo, this was a 121. Let's go. Yeah. World record.
And someone gonna submit a run that doesn't beat Bowser and be like, oh, but it's 96 exit.
Fantastic. We've got a few donations if you got a sec. Or if
yeah.
you want to focus, that's fine.
Oh, I mean, I don't need to focus for Bowser, go for it. Just maybe just...
Alrighty then.
It's a 2-minute fight, so...
Okay, so we got a $32.69 donation from Nikosar.
Nice.
That says, putting this towards the Hearthstone... Nice indeed. Putting this towards the Hearthstone boss showcase, let's get all of our incentives unlocked. Thank you, Nikosar. So that takes us down to $23.85 left to get that met. And we've got until 10 minutes before the end of the next run to meet that. So I'm sure we can do that. Then we have Josh Simons. I hope I've said your name correctly, Josh. And they gave $10.95. And they say, keep up the good work, smiley face. And lastly, we have a donation from Tofu Boy, who gave $21.62. And they say, absolutely loving what you're all doing. Keep up the fantastic work, Sten and everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tofu. So what I'm doing here, I'm saving the Mecha Koopa between phases. Allows me to skip one of Bowser's bowling balls. Normally he'd throw 2, but when I hit him with the first Mecha Koopa at the start of this phase, it was when he was about to throw the second one, so it just skips that. And then having this Mecha Koopa here lets me hit Bowser immediately at the start of phase 3, which will which will cause him to bounce 5 times instead of 8. Also, ready on time because that's coming up soon. Will be when Peach appears out of the clown car.
Nice kill.
Yep. And time. That was a very good run.
Yeah, that was really solid. I
Yeah.
can't even move. There was no like train wreck levels or anything. There was some mistakes, but nothing major.
Yeah, I've got 1:23.41 by my timer, which is like very solid for a marathon.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Add it to your daily runs.
Yep, that's
Are
day
you-
that's day 85 done.
Are you keeping track of all the times or no?
I haven't been specifically. I guess I could probably find the information in Live Split.
Yeah.
But then I've done multiple runs on some days anyway. I guess before we stop, I should do the obligatory file check.
Yeah.
Make sure this
okay.
was a valid run. Yep, we're good.
All
Yeah,
right.
so-
Do you have any last shout outs to give to the audience?
Nothing specific.
I'm gonna plug my run tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier, but I'm running 95 exit no cape tomorrow afternoon. So if you liked this, definitely come back for that.
Yeah.
It's just more SMW. You get to see the same levels, but actually like without cape, like
Yeah.
the platform. So
Yeah, if you saw this run and thought, wow, that was good, but could they stop flying over everything? Tomorrow's run will be for you.
that still won't be the case because I'll still be flying over some stuff.
That is true, but there'll be less of that.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Yeah,
All
I guess I will quickly say, Super Mario World's a cool speed game. Pick it up. We have a Discord. You can find the link on the SMW speedruns, the SMW speedrun.com page, and we also have a wiki, smwspeedruns.com.
All right, thank you very much, Sten and Dactyli. So we, for your 96 exit run, that was fantastic. Next up, we've got SRD_27 running Hearthstone Galactron's Awakening, and the category is Heroic League of Explorers. Stay tuned.